Yo guys, welcome back to Undefeated at Locals. It's your boys, Marvin and Edgar. This time we're finally bringing you Yu Yu Hakusho, the Dark Tournament, hit or miss, right? We're
Yeah.
gonna do it a little bit differently for you guys though. How are we doing it today, Edgar?
So since there's a lot to go over, we're going to be breaking it down into the teams. We'll review each team individually at like a dark tournament, roster.
Roster, yeah,
Um,
100%. Really lends well to this set.
yeah.
So,
So we're going to be going through more than one kit per video. Today we're going to be bringing you Team Ryukyukai,
yup,
uh,
absolutely.
which includes Chu and Rinku.
Absolutely. The
Our
drunk
our
man.
drunken fighter and our yo-yo extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Everything looks really good. Let's go ahead and get into this right away. We're going to be starting off with Chu. What do you think about Chu?
Chu is very interesting. We got some more five-handers coming into the format. Five hand, 32 health. This guy is enhanced. If your non-throw attack deals damage, commit and flip one rival foundation. And then response, before your rival is ready step, draw X cards and discard down to your printed hand size. X equals the number of committed foundations in your rival's stage, maximum 5. So this guy's like a little bit like Deku 4 type of deal, right?
Yeah.
Where we're not really a five-hander, we're like a seven-hander across two turn cycles. So probably like pretty good, right? For like a five-hander that can guaranteed draw cards, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I see him in a world where like stun really pays off for him in a big way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he can go hard on his turn and then still defend,
Yeah,
which
100%.
is something five-handers have trouble with.
Yeah, and he has like Earth, Fire, and Order, so all of these symbols lend really well to that stun gimmick, right?
Yeah.
All of these symbols have plenty of stuff. So yeah, I think Chu himself is honestly pretty solid.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty good going into the new format. So we'll see where he lands. For now, he's a hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up, we'll get into his kit, guys. His first attack is going to be Drunken Uppercut. This is a 4 diff plus 1 mid block, 5 low for 3. Its enhance is powerful 3, and that's it. It's a punch.
It is a punch.
Um, this guy, we're losing a lot of punch package, right?
Yeah,
With
for
set 1
sure we
rotation.
are. That was like the entire thing, right?
So the raw stats on this aren't terrible. It's just it doesn't do anything turn 1, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's like probably like a pretty okay poke, like a 5 low for 3, but like you're also losing a +1 mid block out of your hand
Yeah.
to like hope your opponent doesn't just like see through this play. I'm not like the biggest fan of these powerful moves. I understand that they're for like draft, right? Like that's the real reason that these cards exist.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of playing like pseudo blank attacks that aren't just in Ryukyu.
Yeah. Yeah, it I mean it in a character that can force the momentum to happen, this can be a pretty solid
Beefy,
attack.
5 low,
Having the
yeah.
+1 mid block in your hand also isn't bad. But yeah, this is a very mid attack, like mid range.
Yeah.
I don't see this seeing a whole lot of play.
No, I agree. I think this will be the first miss of the day.
Yeah. Next up, we have. Oh, this is the one with the. This is one of my favorite artwork
A
out of
hundred
the set.
percent. Yeah, knife edge death match. This guy is a 5 mid 5. It has stun 1. It says enhanced if you took damage last turn, this attack gets +4 damage. And Chu enhanced if this attack is not blocked and your rival has 8 or more committed foundations, you win the game. So another alt win con. How are we feeling about this guy?
Uh, the alt win con's interesting. Sucks that it's Chu only, but I could see where that could become real problematic if it was anyone else.
Yeah, for sure. If
Um,
anybody could just have access to this.
yeah, yeah. And then if you took damage last turn, this attack is +4 damage. I can see Chu being one of those characters that's just going to take damage. He's got a 32 life total.
100%. He can chunk even like these 8 damage moves
Yeah.
up.
So I mean, I think this one's pretty good, other than the fact that it's a mid. It is a +1 low block.
Yeah, for sure, which
Which
is
is
not nothing. Yeah,
yeah,
it's very good. No, I think I agree with you. I think this is like a hit for Chu, right?
yeah,
Nobody else is ever going to play this card, but nobody else is intending to, right? Like
yeah,
they made it clear. And I think this is the sickest ult win con that we've seen so far.
yeah.
I think it's really funny that you just like hit a man with this. So yeah, I think this is like a hit for Chu himself, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we'll put that as a hit for now, because yeah, Chu's going to be played for sure. Next up, we've got the 4 diff Ogre Boulder +3 mid block, guys. I hate seeing that.
Oh yeah.
It's a 3 high for 5, though. It's got enhance. If your rival has 2 or more face down foundations, this attack gets +2 speed. And then enhance. If your rival has 3 or more committed foundations, this attack gets +2 damage. Stun 1 on it, and a team Rokuyukai stun 1. So effectively a stun 2
Stun
if you're
two.
running it in him. I think this is all right. It's a stun 1 that gives itself a bunch of damage over the course of having, your opponent have things, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these symbols, you're going to see these numbers, you're going to see your opponent having 2 face down foundations, they're going to flip them themselves,
Yeah, for sure.
and then you yourself are going to be able to get them down to 3 committed pretty easily. I think this is pretty good because, base at minimum, this is a 3 high for 7, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
On a 4 diff. So I think this one's going to be a hit.
I agree. Yeah, this card's insane. So yeah, it's a hit. Really, really good base stats.
Yeah. Go ahead and move on. Next up.
Got another 4 diff. We got Ogre Killer, guys. It's a 4 diff, 4 mid, 4 3. We got a +2 high block. We love to see it. Ranged, stun 1. Enhance, flip 1 foundation. Your rival commits 1 foundation and asset. How do we feel about this guy?
I love this guy.
Yeah.
The fact that it commits an asset for the cost of a flip,
Yeah. Super
that's
sick that it
great.
targets like 2 different things
Yeah.
on the field.
And it's both, right? Like they have to commit both, which is just beautiful in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
agree. Like already has stun 1, so this is actually stun 2 and an asset.
Yeah.
And a 4 mid for 3 is like probably like one of like the most successful pokes in the game as well. Nobody's trying to block a 4 mid for 3 right now.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, I think this card is a huge hit.
Yeah. Getting into the foundations now, guys. We've got his 2 diff +2 low block, Master of Drunken Fighting. We love this in our children's card game.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, does this share a symbol with Flask? Oh, I hope it does.
Same,
Uh,
same.
it's got enhance commit. Your rival commits 1 foundation. It's a very bland effect. It's not targeted, so like,
Yeah, on a 2 diff, like a 1 for 1 seems like really odd. Like his kit, like for himself, his kit is definitely just trying to build up to the alt win con, right? So I
yeah,
understand that it's very thematic, but yeah, I don't think this guy sees like almost any play
yeah.
outside of this character, and even this character, I gotta feel can be doing better things with a 2 diff slot,
Yeah,
right?
I definitely feel the same.
Yeah,
Its block zone may see it fit into
yeah, the
into
stuff.
decks,
Yeah,
but yeah, this one's gonna be a miss, I think.
yeah, I agree. So we got a 2 diff, 2 high block, Rokuyukai Huddle. It's their team foundation. Ally unique, enhance commit, discard 1 momentum for cost, mill 3, add 1 stun attack, mill this way to your hand, and then their team response is after your rival commits 1 or more foundations due to your effect, this attack gets +1 damage. How do we feel about this guy?
Uh, it's an interesting card for sure. It being unique kind of is rough. I'd like to see the team Rokoyukai response happen more
Happen,
than once per
yeah,
turn,
absolutely.
or once per attack. That would be a lot stronger, I think. But um, for me personally, this enhance, I'm never gonna see it happen.
Yeah, you sure aren't. You've never hit a stun grenade in your life.
Yeah. So I can't like I feel like this will be I feel like it's a hit because other people are gonna run this card very well.
I agree. I think I'm down to call this a hit, especially for like for these characters, right?
Hmm.
Giving like this is basically +1 damage on all your moves, which is like really solid.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a hit for everybody except Edgar.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, we're getting his 1 diff. It's a +4 mid block, which we hate.
Yeah, we sure do.
Set the record straight. Enhance, discard 1 card. This attack is -2 damage, minimum 1. How do you feel about this?
I think this card is awful. Like even on a spam foundation, a plus like it basically has a non-block, right?
Hmm.
It's really interesting because we brought non-blocks back into this set. So it's kind of crazy that this isn't just a non-block now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, may as well be you can't block with this guy and you discard for -2 damage. I think there's like a world where some characters like really, really make this card like sing, but it's like very few and far between, right?
Yeah, for sure. Especially since most attacks are coming in at 8, 9, 10
10 damage,
damage.
yeah. So like still take 8 and you discarded a card. Like
Yeah.
most of your opponents are going to be very down for that
Yeah,
interaction.
that's much worse than a half block most of the time.
Yeah,
So
yep. So yeah, it's going to be a miss for us.
yeah.
Easy miss.
And then last up in his kit, we got a 2 diff with a +2 mid block, Stumbling Warrior. This card has Enhanced Flip. Your stun attack gets +1 speed and +2 damage. How do you feel about this guy?
I probably still not great, right? For a flip cost on a 2 diff, like 3 stats is like solid, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's one and done, right? Like you have to really call your shot on this, like actually doing anything.
Yeah. I see this. It's good in his kit, right? Because he's already got the
For
stun.
sure, he's really trying to just do his win con, right?
Yeah,
So
make
like
it
giving his win
unblockable.
con, yeah, +1 speed is like really solid.
Yeah, but like otherwise, I do see it showing up in decks that are heavy into stun because it is good
Todoroki
stats. Yeah,
exists on
Todoroki
fire.
gets to
Yeah.
say +1, +2.
Yeah.
Uh, that's just sometimes enough to kill you. But
Yep.
like it's a very bland card otherwise.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I I think it's going to be played, so it's going to be a hit
Yeah,
for
fair.
me. But
But yeah, pretty bland. Yeah, flavor wise, not good, but mechanically, it's a hit.
yeah, so that finished up Chu's kit. Next up, we'll go into Rinku.
The child, the demon child.
So Rinku, we got 7 hand, 20 health character. He's got air, chaos, and order. He's got enhanced. This attack gets +X speed. X equals the number of times you played this enhanced this combat phase. And then response at the start of your end phase. If your rival has committed a card in their stage this turn, due to your effect, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. So he's got a lot going on. How do you feel about him?
I'm not feeling too great, right? Like he's a seven-hander that like he's trying to be an aggro deck, I guess, like with like only having a speed enhance, and even his response is really just to aggress on the follow-up turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know how he then stops himself from just getting nuked from orbit by every other character in the format.
Yeah, generally speaking, I think if you have 20 health, you need some kind of good defense to put up, and I just don't see it on his face, right? Like in other sets, you give things minus speed.
Yeah, 100%. Like in other sets, this would say this attack gets +X or -X,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's what we would need to see to make this character viable.
exactly. So I don't see him being huge competitively. I think this is going to be our first miss character.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's a miss.
All right. Moving into his attack lineup.
Yeah, we got a 4 diff. We got a +2 high block acrobatic leap kick. It's a kick crazy stun one.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Enhance if this attack deals damage. Commit one rival foundation, and this guy is a 3 high for 4. How do we feel about this guy?
Um, like the stun plus another stun plus you don't really want to block this.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Um,
not trying to block this early move for 4 damage,
yeah,
right?
so it's an easy stun
Especially
to
when you're
poke.
giving it speed.
Uh, get opens you up to a second attack maybe in your first turn. Um, I think it's all right. I think kick characters are definitely going to have this in their board. Yeah,
Same.
you're losing kicks on order. You're losing kicks on
Yeah,
air.
yeah, you sure are.
Um,
Ida is losing all of his kicks.
yeah,
So,
so I think you'll see play. I have a hard time calling it a hit though.
yeah, I agree. I think this is a miss. I think this card is like only okay, right?
Yeah. Next up, we have his 5 diff with a +2 mid block around the world.
Yo yo time.
Yo-yo time indeed. So this is a 4 mid for 6, checks a 2. It's got enhanced discard 1 momentum, add 1 copy of Around the World or Walk the Dog from your discard pile to your hand. And it's got team Rokuyukai enhance. Your rival discards 1 momentum, only playable if your character has the team Rokuyukai trait. It's a stun 1 throw ranged. How do you feel about this?
It having throw, I guess, makes it like okay. And then like once you get into walk the dog's an insane attack that we're gonna get into. So like I guess it's like almost worth the two check, but I'm not entirely sure that this is worth the two check. How about you?
I feel kind of the same way. I mean, it is a 6 damage throw, which is nice. So
Yeah,
like
for sure.
checking a 2 isn't the worst thing it could do. Like I think it's going to. I think people are going to run this. I think for people like especially more balanced decks that aren't already running a 2 check that
Yeah, for sure.
pump
Like twos are
damage.
definitely like coming into the format again. People are less afraid of them.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm down to call this a hit, especially
Yeah,
with once we get into Walk the Dog. Picking up that card is pretty good.
yeah.
Next up, this time we have a three diff, right? We've got Splatter Drop. Three diff, slam, enhance. If you have three or more attacks in your card pool, your rival commits one foundation. And this guy is a little one high for four. How do we feel about this?
I think it's really well statted for a 3 diff.
Yeah,
You play this out late into the game. On their last possible foundation and hope they can't block with 3 cards in their card pool. With Rinku specifically, this ends up being like a 5-6 speed attack.
for four damage, yeah,
Yeah.
super solid on a three diff.
But I don't
Anybody
see,
else?
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't see it seeing a lot of play elsewhere. There are other better 3
yep,
diffs.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. Three diffs have historically been like only okay in the format, and there certainly is better ones. So yeah, this will be a miss.
Yeah. Speaking of Walk the Dog, here we have our 8 diff Walk the Dog. It's a +2 low block. It's a 6 low for 6. It's got this attack gets -1 difficulty for each committed foundation in your rival stage with a max of -4. So this on in the best world, you're playing this on a 4 diff.
Yeah,
And then enhanced, draw 1 card for each copy of Walk the Dog in your card pool. Um, it's got powerful 3, stun 1, ranged weapon. I love this card.
yeah, yeah. This is like without question the best ultra rare in the set, right? We only have, as of today, two more character kits to see, and I do not foresee an ultra rare being better than this
Yeah.
card.
Yeah. This plays very much like Staff Strike did, right? Where you get to extend out, draw more, extend out, draw more,
Yeah,
and with it reducing its own difficulty by a huge amount, you can possibly play 2 or 3 of these a turn,
yeah, 100%. This
easy.
is future charge. If future charge is a six low for six,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's insane.
exactly. So I think this card's going to be a hit. I think people are going to be running this all over the
Yeah,
place.
I think you will see this jammed into every deck on symbol.
Yep.
Crazy.
All right, guys, moving into his foundations.
Yeah, we got his one diff plus three low block acrobatic style. We have response tenacious flip after a rival foundation is committed due to your effect. Ready this card. How do we feel about this guy?
I hate its block, but it readies itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Like it figures that it would have a bad block, right? It's a spam.
Yeah, it's a spam that readies itself, which is the most. Of course, it's not as good as other ones that we've
Yeah,
had in the
but
past,
hopefully
but hopefully
yeah,
we never have that power level
yeah,
again.
hundred
Yeah.
percent.
So I think this is actually fine. I think you're going to see this jammed into a lot of decks.
Yeah, I think it replaces a lot of things that you lose
Yeah,
in set
yeah.
one. So yeah,
So I think this one's going to be a hit. Yeah.
absolutely.
Next up, we got his 2 diff. It's a +2 high block, childlike appearance. This one checks a 4, which is rough for me. It's got enhanced, destroy, discard 1 momentum, reduce its attack speed to 0. If it's blocked, commit 1 rival foundation. What do you think?
I want to say that this card is like pretty good, right? Like it's like a really, really good defensive piece. Yes, there's a lot more steps to this than like even other cards in the format that we can play, but none of those cards target commit their cool piece, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the boogeyman in the format, guys. I see you looking at Ryukyu coming at you with that, 10 low for 10. You
Yeah.
set it to 0, block it,
Commit vast
commit
strength.
fast,
Yeah, like
and
there's so
yeah,
many like heavy hitters in the format right now that this card will definitely like stop in their
yeah.
tracks.
So
So
if not a sideboard card, this will be in main boards for sure. It'll be in sideboards definitely.
definitely, yeah, yeah. I think this card's a hit.
Next up, what do we got?
We got his three diff plus two mid block, power of the serpent, checks a 5. We've got weapon as a keyword, interesting. Enhance your attack gets +1 speed. Only playable if it shares at least two symbols with your character. And then enhance flip if your rival has no ready foundations, your next check to play a card gets +1. What do we think about this guy?
Uh, I think we missed our chance to make this broken with set one rotating out.
Yeah, which is a good thing. Which is a
Yeah.
good thing.
Um,
Air Giro doesn't get this.
yeah.
Yay.
I think it works well enough, right? Like it's a pretty decent card. Um, it's strong for a three diff. Like, yeah, you have to build like it only affects cards that share two symbols with your character, but like you should
Generally,
have a
you're
few of
yeah,
those probably.
100%. Yeah.
And then the flip effect that can be incredible. Like there are times when your opponent's boarded out and you're like, I just need to play this one last card.
100%. This is exactly what you just said, right? This is +1 speed on all of my moves until it's not.
Yeah.
And then I'm passing another move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think this card's like a huge hit.
Yeah. And then we have his last foundation. It's a one diff with a +2 mid block, quick recovery. Enhance flip, discard one momentum, gain 3 health. What do you think?
It's probably fine as a one diff, right? +2 mid block is like pretty decent. Again, I don't play these symbols often, but I have to assume that they lost a lot of spams of set one because every symbol did. So I think this is like probably an okay one. Like it's something that you'd probably flip for a different effect anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, so it works out. So in a lot of these symbols, a lot of different characters just don't hold their momentum. A lot of them do, right? Like some of the big names for sure do, but there's
Yeah,
also a lot of them that don't. It gives you a momentum out on your board. That
yeah,
+3 health is huge.
yeah. It sure is. Yeah, that can ruin combat math, right?
Yeah,
+3 can just absolutely ruin a turn.
yeah,
So I think I'll call it a hit.
yeah. I think it's a hit. And that would be all of the cards that we have revealed for Team Rokuyukai, unless they sneak in a
Little plus
SR,
ultra
yeah,
card or
plus old,
something.
yeah. I guess I wonder what they're gonna call them in this
Call,
set. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, overall, I think this team's a huge hit, honestly. I think they're going to
yeah,
do well in the Dark Tournament, where they didn't necessarily the
yeah,
first time.
yeah. Let's see our Team Rokuyukai fans out there wrecking their
Yeah,
locals with these guys. I'd love to see
absolutely.
it.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Let us know who you're going to play in these Dark Tournament events, right? We got some store release events
Yeah, yeah,
where if you win them, you get into the Wish Tournament where you have to play one of these characters.
exactly.
So
So
yeah, let
get
us
your
know in the
practice in.
comments and yeah. Join our Discord to get your practice in. Until next time, where we'll show you the next roster for the Dark Tournament. Peace, guys.
Peace.